For more than 2 decades, the world believed Al-Qaeda was fading into history. Broken, defeated.
Breaking news. Tensions rise in the Sahel as local militias strengthen their positions. Our correspondents report live from the front lines. Al-Qaeda's Sahel branch, JNEM, is expanding rapidly. Analysts warn of a growing threat across Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger. Civilians face long lines for fuel and food as disruptions continue across the capital. Experts warn of growing humanitarian concerns.
JNIM has expanded its influence across the Sahel, controlling rural territories and building local networks of support.
Insurgents are no longer relying on bombs alone. By cutting supply routes, they are crippling entire cities without firing a single shot. To understand today's conflict, we must go back decades, when fragile borders and weak governance created space for extremism to grow. At the center of this movement stands a leader whose transformation mirrors the conflict itself. These groups do not operate alone. Their strength lies in alliances that span continents.
For many recruits, this is not ideology, it is survival.
Each operation meant to bring security has instead deepened fear. Foreign forces arrived, promising stability, but the outcome tells a different story. Technology offers precision, but it cannot hold territory. Control is no longer about flags, it is about pressure. Behind every statistic is a family struggling to survive. What happens here will not stay here. The leadership now faces pressure from all sides, military, political, and ideological. The message is simple: submit or step aside. We have seen this before. When pressure replaces battle, collapse comes quietly. As pressure mounts, leaders are once again turning outward for help. The question now is not whether change is coming, but what form it will take. This is no longer a single battlefield. It is a widening arc of instability. When forces are spread thin, control becomes an illusion. Success breeds imitation. Warnings were there, but they came too late.
In uncertainty, fear fills the gaps. When movement stops, economies suffocate.
Beyond the cities, governance has already vanished. Some moments cannot be reversed. Analysts now plan for scenarios once thought unthinkable. The escalation is complete. What follows will define the region. Collapse does not always announce itself. It substitutes. Where authority exists, taxation follows. What children learn today shapes tomorrow's battlefield. Violence declines not because peace returns, but because power settles. Control of territory is temporary. Control of belief lasts generations. Control of territory is temporary. Control of belief lasts generations.
Believe in our future. Believe in our strength. Together we are eternal.
Control of territory is temporary. Control of belief lasts generations. Silence becomes the new stability. For many, adaptation is not agreement, it is survival. History shows the world often adapts faster than it intervenes. This is no longer an insurgency. It is governance in waiting. Stability is strategic, not accidental. Behind the calm, preparation accelerates.
Move! Move! Move!
Wars are won long before they are fought.
Borders limit states, not networks.
Time becomes the most powerful weapon. The silence is not reassuring, it is deliberate. Preparation is nearing completion. Attention begins to shift outward. The incubation phase is complete. Once territory is secure, attention turns outward. Some networks wait years for a single signal. Money leaves fewer fingerprints than weapons. Targets are chosen for symbolism, not convenience. Every major operation is practiced quietly. Silence is the loudest signal. The most dangerous threats are the ones unseen. All systems are nearly aligned.
The window is opening.
Preparation is complete. Execution comes next.
We are receiving reports of coordinated incidents across multiple locations.
Authorities confirm the incidents were carefully synchronized. Emergency meetings are underway across capitals. Major cities have entered emergency lockdown. For millions, fear arrives before facts. Authorities caution that casualty figures are still being verified. Agencies worldwide are reassessing threat models. Authorities are assessing early claims of responsibility. Authorities warn the threat may not be over.
All units, maintain heightened alert status.
The world wakes up to a new reality.
World leaders are issuing strong condemnations.
We call on all parties to exercise restraint and respect international law immediately.
Emergency security summits are now underway. Several nations have raised military readiness levels. Leaders now weigh the cost of retaliation. Agencies are sharing intelligence at unprecedented speed. Limited counterstrikes are now being confirmed. Officials warn against actions that could widen the conflict. Markets are reacting sharply to the unfolding crisis. Governments face intense public pressure to respond. The response phase is underway, but the outcome remains uncertain.